All right, so here's the step-by-step process. First thing I want to point out here is that nothing happens overnight. It's a 3 to 6 month process on average. So time is of the essence. If you wanted to get this system up and running in time for the hot summer season, well, you definitely need to get the ball rolling immediately, if not sooner, right? And just so you know, these first 4 steps right here consist of a 2 to 4 week, no obligation, no commitment contingency period. No final decision is made until after you meet with our project manager. Here, let me show you how this goes down. You see, step 1 is getting educated. And believe it or not, that's usually the most difficult step for people to take. So congratulations to you for taking the time to watch this video and or meet with me in person. That really is a huge leap of faith, and I appreciate it very much. Step 2. If you like what you see, oh, and by the way, if you haven't taken a look at the economics yet, don't blow this off. It's way too important. The only thing that's going to change between now and later is how much money you could save. The longer you wait, the more it's going to cost you. At least take a look at the numbers. All I need is your account number and meter number. With that information, I can get your energy usage for the past year, and that you could do a side-by-side comparison. And don't worry, I'm not going to try to pressure sell you anything. That's just not my style. My primary objective here is to educate. What you do with the information I leave you with is up to you. And if the numbers don't make sense, I would be the first one to tell you these numbers don't make sense. You shouldn't do it. So if you haven't seen the economics yet, pick up the phone, give me a call, send me a text, send me an email, whatever. All I need is your account number and your meter number, and I can get those for you, okay? If you like what you see, if the numbers make sense, your next step would be to complete an application. And I come out, I'll have all the paperwork filled out. I'll explain everything to you line by line, so as to help ensure that you get a complete understanding as to exactly what it is you're, signing or whatever. And again, it doesn't obligate or commit you to anything. No final decisions are made until after you meet with our project manager anyways. This is just to get the ball rolling. And there is a good faith deposit typical to the industry. Whenever you have any sort of home improvement done, be it a kitchen remodel or window replacement, your contractor will generally require a $1,000 good faith deposit. And we're no different. It is a solar home improvement that we're talking about doing here for you. But under the lease program, we do it a little bit different. Instead of a $1,000 good faith deposit, all we ask for is a very marginal first and last lease payment. It's just a few $100s, and of course it's fully refundable during the contingency period. And come step 8, when it's time to turn the system on, 100% of it is applied towards your actual your payment. So it's not new money either. It's money that would have otherwise gone to SDG&E. That's essentially being redirected into a solar home improvement on your roof. Also, per the application, we do check your credit. Let me just get caught up here. There we go. And our minimum credit score requirement is 650 on a case-by-case basis. Now, I've met with people who thought their credit was bad, but passed. On the other hand, I've met with people who thought their credit was good and failed. So the only way to know for sure would be to check, right? But in the interest of setting correct expectations, if you know beyond any shadow of a doubt that your credit score is definitely less than 650, like if you had a bankruptcy recently, or a foreclosure, or a short sale, or loan modification, or if your your debt to limit ratios are all maxed out, well then, yeah, I don't want to get your hopes up for nothing. There's a good chance you may not qualify for this program. That's not the end of the world. But just in the interest of setting correct expectations, I wouldn't want you to get your hopes up if you know your credit score is less than 650. If you're not sure, it's worth a shot. And if you know beyond any shadow of a doubt that your credit score is definitely more than 700, well, it's a moot point because you won't have anything to worry about. Assuming, of course, you pass our credit requirement, as most people do, what we'll do is send an engineer out to inspect your property. They test the integrity of your roof, the structure of your home, as well as your electric panel, so as to determine whether or not your home could support a solar system. And our engineer will put together a detailed report and hand it to our project manager, who will then call you back to go over the results of the inspection report. And just so you know, because we're so backed up right now, from the day you complete the application to the day we get to this point, it could take 2 to 4 weeks, before we can actually have a chance to call you back and go over the results of the rooftop inspection with you. So time is of the essence here, because even once you complete the project kickoff, you still have a 3-day right of rescission. And then, by the way, during this contingency period here, the good faith deposit is fully refundable. If for whatever reason you decide at this point that you don't want us to put a system up on your roof, let us know and you'll get your money back, and vice versa. If for whatever reason we decide we can't put a system up there, we'll let you know at this point, and of course you'll get your money back. But assuming we're all still on the same page, which is usually the case, once the 3-day rescission period expires, we go to work for you. You don't have to worry about anything. We file all the permits. We take care, if you have an HOA, we'll take care of them for you. Rebates, state, federal, utility company. We do everything. You don't have to worry about anything. This process right here, the approval process, takes 30 to 45 days on average. Okay, and it could be longer if you have an HOA, a homeowners association. It could take up to like 60 or even 90 days. I mean, most HOAs are pretty, cool about working with us, and we have experience with working with just about every HOA in the area. But every so often we have to go to bat for a client. Per the Solar Rights Act of 2011, they can delay the process, but they cannot prevent it. And if necessary, we'll go to bat for you. No big deal. So once we've got the green light, our professional installers come out and when they're painted trucks in their uniforms, and they only need a few days to actually install the system. And very important, you should understand that we do not use subcontractors. These guys are employees of the company. And of course, we're fully licensed, bonded, insured. And this is all they do, all day, every day, is solar installation. So you can rest assured the guys crawling around up on your roof are true experts in their field. And of course, we have a very strict break a brick, replace a brick policy. Okay, once the system's installed, that's when we get to play the waiting game. And I'll be honest with you here, of this entire process, this step right here, the inspection process, is the most frustrating part, because you've got this big, beautiful system up on your roof and you can't use it until everybody stamps their seal of approval. And then, of course, once that's done, we'll send an engineer out to fire that puppy up, and we show you how to monitor the system, both at the meter as well as the website, and you'll be saving money on clean, renewable electricity from that day forward. And then one thing I like to do for my clients is a solar celebration, and it's a lot of fun. I cater Rubio's or Panda Express or Subway or whatever, and you can invite all your friends, family, and neighbors over to, show off your new solar system and brag about how much money you're saving. And for me, it's great PR. I mean, 75% of my business comes from referrals, and 50% of my referrals comes from hosting these solar celebrations. So yeah, it's a win-win for everybody, and that'll definitely be a fun day for both of us. But keep in mind, time is of the essence here. from beginning to end. It takes 3 to 6 months, and the first 2 to 4 weeks is a no obligation, no commitment contingency period anyway. So the sooner you get the ball rolling, the better it is for you. This isn't about me at all. This is 100% about you. Okay, want to make sure we set that expectation. And now the next video I talk about explains exactly how SDG&E spends your money, or how your existing utility company uses your money, and why we are the company that you would rather do business with. But again, if given a choice, I'd rather go through the information with you in person. It really does just take a brief moment to, go through the information, answer your questions, and then, that's it. What you guys do with the information is up to you. But if you prefer the videos, feel free to watch the next one.